Welcome to In My Opinion. Thanks for calling. Hello, you out
Hello.
there?
Yeah, I just want to know what you feel about methadone clinics if you're so outraged by smoking.
Methadone? Explain what you mean by that.
Like legally given methadone paid for by Medicaid dollars, 2 of them in our city, non-for-profit, non-tax-paying, one of them located right by Precourt Park where our children are. They leave there every day, 365 days a year, dosed. Do you know what that means? Higher than a kite. You want to be concerned about what's infringing on us? That's infringing on us here in Manchester.
Okay.
My family's been robbed. There are 3 currently that are sitting in jail for at least 6 felony robberies in 4 different communities. All drug addicts been fed for by the methadone clinic. Medicaid dollars pay for methadone.
All right.
We should all be outraged.
Hit me with this again. Whereabouts is this?
Right here in Manchester. One of them's off of South Willow Street.
Off of South Willow?
And you have to go right by the methadone clinic to go to Precourt Park, right between GE, right behind Wendy's. That's one of them. The other one's in the inner city.
Okay.
Maybe you ought to feel about that's infringing on us. A little bit of freaking cigarette smoke.
Okay, what does this clinic do? Enlighten me. I really don't know.
They give drugs every day to supposedly keep people off the street, but to pregnant women, anybody that comes in from all across the state, because not every town has them, 365 days they get a dose that lasts 24 hours, which means they are higher than a kite when they leave there driving on our roads.
What is the purpose of this clinic? To help these people off of it?
They believe, and people claim that it keeps drug addicts off the street. That is not the case because they're robbing people if they can't afford the $20 or whatever it costs if Medicaid is not paying for it.
So Precourt Park, that's the one, is that near Nuts Pond you're talking about, Wendy's?
No, right behind Wendy's, yep, where our children, so every day.
But do you mean they're outside smoking this stuff or inhale it, whatever they're doing?
Oh, no, they get it free. They go into the clinic, they get their dose, and they get sent back on their way.
Mm-hmm. And so they actually use them there, so that you say when they leave they're high and then they get in their car and drive?
Well, think about this. If somebody like my own daughter, who's a drug addict, goes there every day and the fix lasts until the next day, what does that tell you? They're high when they leave there.
Oh, my God.
And you know, the sad thing is, pregnant women are given a dose every day, and the dose gets increased every day because the baby is automatically addicted. When that baby's born, that baby is forced to detox, of course. The mother is not. Child Protective Services welfare leaves children in the care of drug addict mothers on methadone because it's a legally given drug.
Oh, all I can say is, oh, my God. I had no idea.
We all should be saying, oh, my God. I'm here to tell you as a grandmother who daughter lost 4 children and sits in jail today facing felony robbery, and so did the dirtbag's father of my grandchildren.
Oh, my.
They robbed my brother, who's supporting their children, and at the time that they robbed my brother hadn't yet adopted their 3 children. He has since adopted 3 children that belong to them. They robbed him. They robbed my daughter in Londonderry. They robbed a person in Goffstown. They robbed numerous people because Michael Dachowski, the male, worked for Tri-State Siding and Windows. He even robbed previous clients of theirs. Hahn Corporation, another construction company, had this guy employed, and he was robbing everybody to pay for his because he wasn't on Medicaid. They've been arrested, and you know parents are given, it takes 2.5 years to terminate the rights of neglectful parents.
I'm speechless.
At the expense of supervised visits, an apartment paid for by welfare, the kids are transported by welfare. I have a granddaughter right now, the one of 4 children. She's looking at visiting both parents in jail at our expense. They will transport her every day, every week, to visit both parents in jail because, you know what welfare said to me when I had my grandchildren? It's the parents' rights. The parents have all the rights. The children, I'm here to tell you, have none. We don't protect our children, so if you're worried about a little bit of smoke, I would be more outraged about this methadone clinic. And I'd be looking into it and asking why. With our medical system the way it is, everybody's so outraged about marijuana, that's the least of your problems. Marijuana, most people that are drug addicts like that don't even smoke marijuana.
Well, no, I agree there. I mean, marijuana is a gateway drug. It leads to other things,
It is
but
not
that's
a
okay.
gateway drug.
Well,
so
all
that's
right,
why
all right.
you were dead wrong.
Okay, all
Dead
right.
wrong.
All right.
And you have a state rep who I happen to attend church with, and we had this conversation. He is a previous drug user. He said exactly what I know. The alcohol is the gateway drug.
Yep. Oh, you're absolutely right. I didn't say marijuana was the
Period.
only gateway
Period.
drug.
Marijuana is not a gateway drug. Does less harm for medical use than the prescriptions given to hospice patients. I did hospice and home care. Nausea and vomiting is fixed with marijuana. Increasing appetite, which sometimes is clearly needed during treatment. All a lot less harmful and addictive than the oxycodone, the OxyContin, the fentanyl patches, any number of things. My daughter goes pill seeks every place in the city. The ER, the dentist, the doctor.
I'm blown away.
Goes to the ER 20 or more times a year at Medicaid's expense. Nobody questions that. But no figure, we're supporting over 5,000 people. Did you see that on EBT cards that don't even live in our state?
No, I was not aware, and I'm not laughing. I'm stunned. I am.
You should be stunned. I think it was 5,600 and something people receiving benefits, entitlement benefits, in the state of New Hampshire do not even reside in the state. Some of them are even dead and incarcerated. And I know of that having gone on.
Well,
so there are a lot more things than a little cigarette smoke they should be outraged about. I don't agree with smoking either.
Yeah.
But it's that little bit of smoke compared to what the methadone clinics are doing to the city and the drug addicts and what they've done to my very own grandchildren who have been abused and neglected while the state stood by and watched, and I called for 5 years to get them removed.
Wow.
My granddaughter was sexually molested in the process.
Yeah.
Introduced to a felon father, Anthony Santos, who helped murder somebody in the city.
Hold it.
Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. We have to
Really,
be careful of the
and
names.
He's been a drug addict on disability
Yeah,
over at least 15 years.
yeah. Okay.
And he sits in jail today. So,
yeah.
The outrage, I'm outraged.
I hear that you are, and what
And
can
you know
I
what the
say?
mayor says? What's the alternative to methadone clinics, really? They're not helpful if people don't get in-depth treatment, period.
Yeah, and
They're just not.
well,
And
obviously,
they're killing people.
obviously you're involved and you're very knowledgeable, and I
I've lived it. That's why I'm knowledgeable.
exactly,
I've lived it.
exactly, and all I can tell you is that you caught me speechless. I am going to look into
the methadone clinics. They shouldn't be in here, much less two of them in our city not paying taxes. Get them out.
Absolutely.
You don't want prisons here. You don't want cancer centers. I'd rather have a prison than both those methadone clinics. Because at least the dirtbags might stay in jail long enough that they won't rob us. Right? My daughter was robbed. My last grandchild was removed in August of last year after they were found out to be involved in 3 towns of felony robberies. While they waited to go to trial, they were robbing other people here in very own Manchester. And they want to let her out. I'm telling you, we should be outraged. This should be something that should be on public television. We need to get people aware. It's not keeping them off the streets. There are many drug addicts that went to high school with my daughter. Lara Shell, Shaputz.
Ho!
The
I can't
Road.
take names. I don't want to cut you off, but I don't take names. Yeah, I hear.
The 2 people that caught the guy stealing the pipes out of the house on Mammoth Road were both convicted drug addicts.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's who was robbing them, another drug addict.
All right.
Go figure. All these 30-something-year-olds, they got nothing better to do all day than do nothing.
Yeah.
I'm
not an investigative reporter by any means, but you have certainly lit a
but
fire.
if enough people heard this, maybe somebody else besides me is going to look into why.
You're absolutely right, and I'm going to look into
Because my
it.
taxes are going to go up yet again, and you know what? I'm about ready to give up my house. I'm that disgusted with this topic.
Yep.
And the fact that my taxes are going to go up again, the city of Manchester can have my house.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been one of the most informative calls that I've ever had, and I certainly have got to find out more about it.
Well, I'd be more than happy off the air to give you my phone number if you ever have any questions. If anybody cares to talk to me, as I've sent a letter to Governor Lynch, I've spoke to everybody in anywhere as I can get to listen, because the kids are suffering.
I'm going to have to get a hold. Well, how can I do this, Joe, and get their number to call her back? Huh?
It's probably on a caller ID if you have caller ID.
I don't, but I think Joe. Do you have it, Joe? Hold on.
Is your name Karen?
Yep,
What's your name? Okay.
that's me.
We have your number. We have your number.
I don't want to hear it on the line. Okay.
I heard it though.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear her number broadcast over
Yeah.
the.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Only because I have called methadone clinics and told them they're murderers, because
Okay.
that is how I feel.
All right.
Ask her where the funding comes from.
But Medicaid surely shouldn't be paying for it. They don't even make them go on birth control or anything.
Is it state, federal, local?
Yeah, on the methadone funding, you're very knowledgeable on it.
Yeah.
Where does it come
I don't
from?
know where it started, but I know it's happening, and I know it's happening across the country.
You know, it's funded. You said Medicare.
Yep, Medicaid was paying for
You-
my
you know
granddaughter
that,
to be
okay,
ingested
all right.
every day in utero.
Okay. All right. Well,
And it's a known fact that babies are automatically addicted, so the
Well, no
dose has
question.
to go up
Oh, yeah.
every single day.
well, no question.
when they're
Methadone.
born, they have to detox, and the parents do not.
No, I'm aware of that. Alcohol
Have more
does the
kids.
same thing. There are a lot of other things, but okay. Did you get the number?
Yeah, but I want to talk to her. I want to talk to her.
You do? Okay. Hang on the line, okay?
Okay.
Just hang up now.
Yeah.
Hi, this Karen? Hi.
Okay. Wow. What a call. And I certainly am going to get that phone number and follow up on it. Once again, as I told her, I'm not a investigative reporter, but I certainly would like to find out more about that, or get somebody on here that can explain it to me, whether it's welfare, Medicaid, or whatever. That is. Now, I have heard of people being weaned off of drugs by clinics that will give you a smaller dose until you're weaned off, and things like that. I don't know if this is anything like she's talking about, but boy, she's been through it, and she certainly knew what she was talking about. So we will look into that, and you can be sure you're going to hear more about it on this program.
Until proven guilty, no matter all those names.
What's that?
Can you just mention innocent until proven guilty? All those names you mentioned.
Oh yeah. No, I know. The mentioning of names when somebody calls in is there is a way that I can put it on delayed, but I don't know how. But we don't want anybody's names mentioned, because even if they're guilty and have been proven guilty, we would like to keep that off. But most people, as you know, in this country are innocent until proven guilty. So.